Welcome to the HMG Executive Leadership Spotlight, where we showcase the best global business technology executives inspiring trust and winning in a global digital economy. And now here's our host, Hunter Muller.
Hello and welcome to the HMG Spotlight. I'm Hunter Muller, founder and CEO of HMG Strategy. I'm here with George Sheth. George is the founding managing partner of Diligent Partners. George, congratulations on being a 2024 HMG Global Leadership Institute Search Executive of the Year.
Thank you, Hunter. It's quite the honor, and I really appreciate it.
Hey, George, you've had an amazing career. Walk us through the last 3 to 5 years and your career success, the success that you've had working with clients all over North America.
3 to 5 years encompasses COVID and then post. It's been quite crazy in the search business. Initially, searches kind of went down to zero. Nobody was hiring. Then it picked up towards the end of 2020. 2021 and 2022 was all about the transition to digital leaders. And what I saw was that director to C-level execs who I work with were rising through the ranks in importance and their opinions, getting a seat at the table along their side their peers, and were really contributing to enabling their business into new geographic markets, product markets, new ways of selling, marketing, and new ways, frankly, of doing business from anywhere. I think the work that we do focusing on the assets of companies that matter most, next to their brand, which are really their people, it's been quite the honor and privilege for me to work with some great companies.
George, exciting time, right? We've never seen an innovation cycle this steep and with this intensity and this velocity. Generative AI really is a game changer, right?
It is, absolutely. I think, we're still kind of probably in the sandbox time frame, right? Of people just, the message that you hear at these presentations that executives go to, and I've gone to board presentations as well. IT leaders have to stay in the forefront because many companies are looking to them to be their leader. And frankly, if they're not a leader in that, somebody else will step up and be the leader. So it's an opportunity for them to show their leadership and to really show some depth from the technical aspects of it, but also the risks and the benefits over time. And it's also very important for them to communicate clearly that it's not going to replace jobs per se. I know in my work, AI is starting to be used a little bit for the review of resumes and various things, finding people. But that human element of vetting soft skills, communication skills, and getting people enthused about a new company, new role, that's all human to human still.
When you think about it, it's an incredible innovation time, but it's also a lot of fear in organizations. Will AI take my job? Just recently had an interview with a thought leader in our industry, and he said, well, actually, a people-first strategy, AI might explode job creation.
It's possible. Yeah, it's really hard to say. I mean, I'm sure it depends on how it's used and also the trust factor. If we lead from the feeling of how to get to yes, how to make the world more open, and yet think about the risks in parallel, I do think, there are some leaders who are out there saying we should just be using it and, we're bound to make mistakes, but hopefully they're not fatal to our company or our brand. I do think it can multiply businesses and companies and geographies in ways that we can't even imagine right now.
Talk to us about your client engagement and your success model, how you ensure client success.
For me, it's about being a good active listener and really understanding the requirements, right? It's really understanding the culture. The more I work with a single client, I get to know their people, how they work, what works well, what doesn't. So I have to be honest with my clients, the employers that pay my bills, and my candidates about what's going to work and, and whether they are going to be a good fit long term, where I'm just really matchmaking. I'm not selling. The minute I become I'm selling something to someone, I know it's not going to work. And so it has to be a good fit. And I also have to listen to the candidate and really understand their desires, what they want to do with their career, where they've been, maybe some bad experiences they had with similar things. I also really need to know quantifiable accomplishments. How do these candidates envision themselves making an impact on the businesses that they're talking to. It's really, what was the impact to the business in terms of increased sales, decreased costs, enabling a whole new business model for the company, for example. And so the more that they can talk about those things with me, the more that they can be seen as a business leader in IT clothing, which is really what you want at the top of those organizations, because that's who's going to relate to the board and to their peers when it comes to understanding their business.
Yeah, I like it. It's really being CEO ready and boardroom ready, right? Because at the end of the day, if you can't communicate to the executive suite and the board, your organization is not going to maximize the potential of the technology investment, the technology platform, the leadership, visionary leadership that's required to drive a true innovation and transformation agenda, right?
You can really tell the people that are not only good at bringing that value, but frankly are really good at the branding part of it, which can't be underestimated in terms of the branding for the organization, their vision of where they're headed.
Why is branding so important? It's a key aspect to most successful executives totally get it, right?
Yeah, I think it naturally comes to many executives, but I think some have to step out of their comfort box to talk about themselves and their organization. But it's about consistency, authenticity, integrity. It's about being honest with people about who they aren't, who they are, who they aren't. You can slowly, like a big tanker, start to build and shift a brand, but it's really challenging, and you can immediately tear it down through some integrity issues, authenticity issues, promises made and not kept. And then it's finding the people to tie them to that vision and where everybody brings something.
Well, that's the recruit and retain and grow your people, right? Your people are your number one assets. It's grow and love your people and keep that vision going and monitor your brand, right?
It is true that, it's really tough to move from, frankly, management to leadership. Management is much more about keeping the things going in an operating capacity, meeting certain quantifiable objectives and things. Leadership is about getting things done through others, removing barriers, enabling them to do their jobs in a more effective way. It's really important to live your brand, not just say it and not be seen as authentic.
Excellent insights, George. Thank you so much for your ongoing partnership and friendship. Congratulations on being 2024 Global Leadership Institute Search Executive of the Year. Congratulations.
Thank you, Hunter. It's really a pleasure. And thank you for all you do. And thank you for the partnership you've always given to the search executive field. I think, we see your membership coming and going. Sometimes there are clients, sometimes there are candidates. And we really appreciate the platform you've given us as well. So thank you very much for that, as well as the recognition for me personally today.
We hope you found this episode of HMG's Executive Leadership Spotlight beneficial. The HMG Global Network, a network of 400,000 technology leaders and a media platform that delivers more than 1 million impressions per week, is a valuable source of insight, continuous learning, and peer-to-peer research based on the insights and experiences of world-class, top-tier technology executives. Leverage the HMG network. Go to hmgstrategy.com to find out more.